Hey guys, if you enjoyed listening, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SisterNightPod. And don't forget to check out our website, sisternightpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and now on with the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're all three back on the podcast. Say hi, girls.
Hi.
Hey.
We finally have our Charlotte back. How was your vacation, Ash?
Oh my god, it was...
Is that a good R or bad R?
I know, seriously.
No, it's good. It was good. You know, I'm just not used to such a long vacation. Usually, like, I'll take 3-4 day
Yeah,
trips,
that was pretty long. I was happy for you that
I
it
know.
was a nice long vacation, but was it too much? Was it too many days?
It was just not what I was used to, you know, like, I almost wish, and it was funny because the girls were making fun of me, like, you're the only one who complains about, like, the length of a vacation, and, like, it's too long, but, I almost wish that I had gone to Jamaica for 4 days and spent, like, at least 3 days here at home, like, just relaxing at home, you know?
Yeah.
But it was good. The first 2 days we were completely rained out. It was like rain nonstop. So we got to Jamaica around 10:30 on Tuesday, and it was just nonstop raining all day Wednesday. Thankfully, on Thursday, like, the sun came out for like 10, maybe like not 10 hours. I want to say like 5 hours, and then it rained for the rest of the evening. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday was nice and sunny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, Cindy, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say that I can understand where Ashley's coming from with her vacation, because I don't know. Something about being at home is just like nice and comforting, and a lot of people can relate to you, Ash, and not being, it's exhausting being away from home and then having to rush back into work, and then still, like, you know, when you get home you have to do laundry and make sure everything, all your household things are done. So
Yeah, and then also, like, when you're away, there's, like, this, like, you know, when I was traveling with the girls, there was always this, like, let's do something, and sometimes, like, I just want to lay out on the beach. I really, really, genuinely just want to do nothing.
That was my next question for you, and I don't know if the girls listen to the podcast, but even if they did, do you think that you would have had enjoyed a longer trip if it was a different group of people that you were going with? Or was the group of people fine, it's just you're not into long trips?
I think there's a couple of factors. I'll go over, like, the factors. One, as the group, we travel pretty good. We all have a similar temperament. The only thing I would say is that, like, I have no problem with going to the beach and just staying. Like, that would be the big event for the day, is, like, wake up slowly, have my coffee, whatever, relax, and then go to the beach, and then come back, take a nap, and then maybe either do dinner or go out to dance or whatever later that night. But, like, those are the big major events of the day, not like, let's pack in a couple of different activities throughout the day. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing. And the other thing was, I was trying really, really hard to stick to my budget. Like, Jamaica was already kind of a more expensive trip for my usual budget. Like, for my travels, usually I don't even want to put a number out there, but I usually have, like, a figure that I like to keep my trips around, just so that I can get at least 3 or 4 in a year.
Yeah.
So that way I can still, like, do that stuff later throughout the year as well. So already this trip, because of the length and time and because of the location, you know, Jamaica is already kind of like an expensive...
Jamaica's like on the higher end from other islands, surprisingly.
Exactly. So I initially we went to dinner like 2 weeks prior to our trip, and we'd agreed on like this budget. We all would bring a certain amount, and I was like, okay, well, this is great, you know, because we're all gonna put in the same amount toward groceries, and then we'll all have the same left over to do activities. But then people kind of started whipping out their credit card and like, oh, I'll pay for this or I'll pay for that. And then I'm like, well, I'm running out of cash and I really don't want to put things on my card.
Yeah.
Because this was the budget that I've set
You're
out.
You're a minimalist and you have a budget and you're sticking to it.
Yeah, I really, you know, like I really wanted to stick to my budget, and I was kind of disappointed that we didn't. In the end, you know, everybody wanted to go to a fancy dinner, and I didn't have enough cash at the end of the day to tip, you know, tip the housekeeper, all these people, and, you know, taxi drivers and whatever. So I ended up having to put a couple of things on my card, which I was a little disappointed about, you know, because if we had stuck to the plan, we would have all been in the same place, man. You know, financially.
Vacation, especially like with friends, maybe not with a significant other, because I feel like with a significant other, you're like on the same wavelength or on the same page. Yeah. But when you're going with friends, I've run into that situation too when we went to Greece, where it's like everyone had a different idea of, you know, like dinners, especially like how much, where will we be going for dinners. Like we like to keep a pretty low budget too, maybe go out to a nice dinner once or twice in a trip. But, like, my friends wanted to go out every single night. And, you know, every single night they were ordering, like, expensive things off the menu. And then every single night they wanted to split the bill, you know, when you're ordering a salad. So,
no, that's not happening.
I feel like that can get, you know, when you're traveling with other people, it just, you know, you just have to be mindful of those things that it's going to probably go over budget. I don't know. That's my experience. Cindy?
Yeah,
my experience.
Definitely that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say that's why I love traveling alone or like with one other person, because then you can really, you know, I don't do well with big groups as it is, but then you can really be like, you know, okay, that's yours, and I'm covering mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. And like for me, I almost ended up like I was pulling the group back with my financial limitations, and of course I can afford more. I just didn't want to, and I kind of felt a little like not disgruntled, but just like, you know, we had a prior agreed to like this one budget. We all brought the right amount of cash, and it's like, so
well, that's the thing. It's like when you go with a group of friends, it's hard to be regimented because it's like, you know, everyone's just kind of going with the flow, or plans may change. But that happened. The exact same thing happened when we went to Greece. And, you know, I'm not that regimented, but Kleber is more regimented. And, like, we ended up on it was kind of like a little sour note by the end of the trip, because it was just 10 days of that. And it was just, you know, people got annoyed at Kleber, and they were like, well, he's being cheap. And it's like, you know, I get that, but at the same time, like, you're not being fair either, you know? Like, if you're ordering wine, a bottle of wine, and ordering, like, the most expensive thing on the menu, and ordering appetizers, and we're just ordering, you know, what's the Greek dish? Whatever, falafel or whatever.
A gyro?
Yeah, gyro.
Middle Eastern.
I know, but you know what I mean. A chicken gyro, and then, like, it's like, okay, let's split the bill every time. That's fair.
That's when you have to wait. That's when you have to put your foot down and say, no, I'll just, you know, we're paying for our own. And oh well.
But you see, it's like what Ashley said. Like, then you're like holding the group back. And actually,
right. Because it was almost like, you know, oh, you know, the group wants to do this, and I was like, well, you know, I only have a certain amount of cash to last me 3 more days.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know,
the same thing happened. The same thing happened with us. And you know what ended up happening? We had all budgeted that we were going to take a ferry, you know, because that's the cheaper form of transportation. Then they wanted a flight from one island to the other, and like we couldn't do the flight, so they like stayed behind and went on a plane, and like we took the ferry, like you know. But then it was like, that's not cool either. I don't know, like it sucks, man. That's why I asked, like, was it the group thing, or was it like the vacation being too long?
Yeah, and you know what, I think that, like, I love the girls, like, I think overall we had a good time, you know, there was some, like, awkward moments or whatever, but for overall, I think we had great memories and all of that, but, I think, like, the best way for me as a person, like, my own self to avoid that kind of situation again is to say, you know what, girls, you absolutely go for 10 days, I'll be there for 4. So I'll bring my money for enough for 4 days and I'll hang out with you and then I'll just go. And I don't want to keep anyone back, you know, but you girls stay for 10 days and that way that'll satisfy my day and actual, my finances. Yeah. And I'll still have like just a great time. So I think that works best for me because they're talking about like
another
doing
trip?
A 10-day trip.
Oh, God.
No, like a 10-day trip next year. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I can do a 10-day trip.
The other recommendation I have is do an all-inclusive then. Like, if you're going to Jamaica or you're going to a Caribbean island like that, why don't you just do an all-inclusive? I mean, I know you could probably be cheaper the way you did it with an Airbnb and buying food, but when it's all said and done, where everyone's, like, making different decisions, I just feel like you can drink all you want, you can eat all you want, you don't have to, like, split a bill and talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's easier to do an all-inclusive in a group situation like that. Right, Cindy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, I really don't travel well with other people, you know? I do. No,
what do you do well with other people?
No, I don't do a lot of things well with other people, but like, I went this past year to a work trip. And, you know, it was nice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, this past year.
To New Orleans,
yeah, I went
right?
to New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans. Yes.
To the conference. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as my previous trips with other people because, like, our food was paid for and it was, you know, so we just had to pay for drinks. But, yeah, that becomes a big problem because someone's like, I'll get the first round, you know? And it's like, well, I'm not drinking that much.
That's happened to me before.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like, well, I'm not drinking that much. Like, I'll have a beer or one drink in New Orleans. I'm already tipsy with that. I'm not having 3 or 4 rounds of beer. You know what I mean? Or not even beer because they have the hurricanes and you're like drunk with one drink. So at least I am. So I'm like, you know, I don't do well with that. And then again, some people, like, I'm very high maintenance. Like, I have to have coffee in the morning. Other people don't have to have coffee, but I don't expect you to pay for my coffee. I'm just going to buy it real quick, and, you know, but I need to drink it in the morning. If not, the whole day is not going to be a good day. But then some people, like, they like to, you know, order appetizers. It depends. I've had a lot of different situations, like, you know, where... Yeah. Money and friends, they don't mix, you know, it just doesn't mix. So I hear you. I hope you had a good time though, regardless.
No, I did. I had a really, really good time and it was very relaxing and like I said, I would still go back on vacation with the girls. I just, you know, like,
and whose idea was it to go to Jamaica? Because you've been to Jamaica before, but it is one of the more expensive islands, I find.
It is. You're right. It is. It actually is Natavia's like favorite place to go. She'll like go like twice a year.
Really?
So,
wow.
Yeah, she loves
I've never
going
been
to
Jamaica, but honestly, I haven't heard really good things about Jamaica.
I prefer Dominican Republic. I don't know.
Maybe we're biased.
I mean, I don't know if it's anything else, you know, but I mean, I don't find it the most beautiful island. I think it's the vibe. Also, you know, there's certain perks of things that you can have while you're at the island that is pretty commonplace. So yeah, I think, like, honestly, it wasn't the most beautiful island. There is, you know, good food like any other island, but there were some things that I didn't like. I'll go over like some cons. On the beach, you can't be on the beach, like laying on the beach without at least 20 people like coming to hassle you for something or other. Okay. Yeah, like that's that
true.
Was all
I've been
the
to
time.
Jamaica. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
It was so annoying, and like we ended up having to tip the lifeguard because a couple people like kept harassing us and he had to shoo them away.
And you still had to tip the lifeguard?
I still had to tip the fucking lifeguard. Oh my god. And then the other thing, the taxis are so expensive. To go, like, let's say 20 minutes down the road, it was like $100. But it was impossible. You have to get a taxi because there's no other way to travel without it. Like, it's not,
Uber hasn't made it over there.
Yeah, Uber hasn't made it. Like, you need travel and people who know the area. So that was another downside.
That was like Punta Cana was just as bad. The taxis over there, remember when we went? Like, it cost ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah. It might just be because you were in the tourist area too.
Yeah, so it's like you're kind of at their mercy. So yeah, all these things into effect, and and the bugs were relentless.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're gonna be going to Aruba in, I guess like a week and a half maybe, and that's why I picked there because it's just it's touristic, but it's not like tropical. It's a little different vibe. It's, I don't know. It's nice.
It's deserty. It's like Cabos.
It's deserty. But the water's still blue. Like, Cabo is more Pacific Ocean, so it's not, like, blue and white sandy beaches. But Aruba is. But the weather is nice and not so many bugs. And also not as humid, so...
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see.
That's so good. I have, like, 50 bug bites all over me. And I'm completely black. That was the other thing. It was overcast, but the sun still showed... So I got completely burnt.
Wow.
Like, traveling back was
Did you put on sunscreen?
I did, but I didn't put enough because I just wasn't expecting the sun to catch me like that. Yeah. And, like, literally 1 second, I was fine. The next, I was like, oh my God. I'm
going to have to be super mindful of that with the baby.
Oh yeah, yes, Maddie, you better be have like a parasol or something and cover the baby.
Speaking of which, he's so long. I feel like I saw him like 2 weeks ago and already he's another baby. He's so big.
I know, he grew overnight.
He is growing exponentially and doing like all sorts of cute things. You guys got to see him soon. One of these days. Yeah. Cindy's coming down, right? In like 2 weeks?
Yes, actually June 9th through the 11th. I think we're leaving 12th or something like that. We're going to be leaving. But we're only coming for a couple days and I can't wait to see you guys.
Where are you guys staying?
Well,
where are you staying?
J Papa's booking the hotel tonight. We looked at some hotels and he's booking it this evening. So I'll let you know.
So have you sold the house already?
Oh, the house has been sold.
Oh, I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the house sold. Yeah, right before, we got married on the 25th and we closed on the house on March 30th. So,
wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that's been done. So that's like off our...
Because I know that was like a big stress point too, like having the house here and having the house down there and, trying to sell it. Yeah, I didn't realize you sold it.
Oh, yeah, we sold it. We lucked out. And I told Jeffrey, like, you know what? This is just advice for anyone who's selling a house. Take the first offer that you get or like jump on the first offer. No, seriously, sometimes like, and I've spoken to other people, older people that have, sold multiple homes and they say the same thing. Like when selling a house, sometimes it's just like, when you get an offer, and unless they're like extremely
unless it's a ridiculous offer.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's like so ridiculous that you're like, whatever, like just take the offer because sometimes it's just better to be like out of it and it's out of your hair and it's less for you to worry about. In our case, we had multiple offers on the house, but they were too low, according to J Papa. So, but in the meantime, we're keeping a house that we're not living in. We're still paying taxes. We were getting the heat bill just to keep the heat turned on over the winter, and it was higher than the heat bill down here. So,
wow.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
And if we kept it 1/4, even like a quarter longer, without selling it, then we would have had to pay those New Jersey taxes, which are ridiculous. You know, it's like the taxes in New Jersey for 1/4 is the entire taxes in North Carolina for the entire year here. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I would just, we got rid of that. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's not a worry.
Good. Well, that's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
So I wish I could offer you my apartment, but I can't because somebody's moving in.
Well, surprise.
That was so funny. I actually heard your podcast in Jamaica and I was laughing hysterically. I was wearing headphones and the girls were like, "What are you laughing at?" And I had to play it for them and they were laughing too. I'm sorry, Maddy. I didn't realize I didn't tell you.
You didn't tell me. And I just felt like it's so random. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't realize it was a big secret or anything. But, like, Mom knew, Josh knew, Cindy knew.
Yeah, it absolutely wasn't a secret. I just figured,
you
like,
even mentioned it on your one-take episode, which I found kind of appropriate.
Why? What was the one-take episode?
No. Cindy and I recorded last week on Monday. We usually record on Tuesday night, so we recorded on Monday. So I didn't hear your one take until Tuesday.
Oh, right.
You had said that he was moving in with you on that episode, but before then, I hadn't heard you say it. Like, I just heard through the grapevine. Yeah.
That's crazy. So give it up. Who told you? Who told you first?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I'm going to keep my source to the... I don't divulge my sources.
For once in my life.
Mom. I knew it was Mom.
It was not me, I promise.
No, after the three of us, Mom is like the biggest gossip. She'll call and be like, "So, have you heard?"
Wow. Well, so when is that going down? Is it going down at the end of May?
Yeah, actually, yeah. He's kind of like slowly moving. You know, he doesn't work Monday through Friday like we do, so he's just like slowly bringing stuff in and moving into storage and whatnot. But yeah, basically like officially June 1st. Officially June 1st.
Oh, so that's around the corner.
So, yeah, so he'll give me a check for June's rent. But that's exciting. I don't know. I guess it doesn't feel that big of a deal because we spend every single day together anyway. Yeah. So it didn't feel like that big of a difference, so I don't know. And most of his stuff is gonna be in storage. Like, he's got all these instruments and keyboards. He actually even has an organ and all this stuff that he's just putting in storage. The only thing he's bringing is clothes.
Really?
So
why move into your like? Why didn't you guys move into? Was his place bigger?
His place is slightly bigger, but he lives in downtown Newark, and for people who don't know, I mean, downtown Newark, that, like, I want to say, 4-block radius, it's okay. It's by, like, you know, Prudential and NJPAC, and it's all very business, so it's good. It's right next to the train station and all of this, but I've never lived in the city, and I don't care to live in the city.
Yeah.
So that was a factor. And also his rent, he paid, I think, what did you pay? What, $1,800? Yeah, like about $1,800.
Oh, really?
As opposed
in
to
Newark?
Well, yeah, because he lived in this really nice, secure, safe
nice
building.
Yeah.
Like,
he has a bowling alley in his building.
Yeah.
In the building?
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I've seen the
didn't
bowling alley.
So, and there's like a doorman. It's just like a very secure building as opposed to, you know, one block over, you can go into like a shady area. So it was just a very safe building. And so his rent was like $1,800 as opposed to my like $1,100.
Yeah.
So it just financially made more sense to come here.
And say,
you know?
Yeah.
And save, yeah. So if I went there, I'd basically be paying close to what I pay now anyway. You know, splitting it in half. So.
But you'd have a doorman.
Yeah.
And a bowling alley, apparently.
And a bowling alley.
Yeah, but no, well, where you live is very nice. The suburbs are nice. So.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of restaurants and things right there. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I like it. In this way, I feel a little more comfortable because if for whatever reason, I'm not trying to be like negative or anything, but if for whatever reason this doesn't work out or he has to move or whatever, I know I can afford this place, you know, by myself. I've done it for 3 years, so I'm a little more comfortable knowing that I can take care of myself here if need be, you know, as opposed to if I had moved there and he left, I can't take care of an $1,800 rent, not by myself, you know?
True.
Right.
So.
Very true. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I'll have to keep updates on how we do later.
Yeah.
What's new with you, Cindy? We kind of heard about Charlotte's trip and her big move. Anything new happening with you this week?
Besides that, I'm off orientation at work, and
you're officially done?
Yeah, I'm officially done with training. So I've been on my own for the last 3 shifts.
And are you on your regular schedule now? Like,
I'm on my regular schedule. Yep. That's why I had to wait before I planned a trip to New Jersey, because I don't have my, you know how it is in the hospital. They'll give you like a month at a time. But I don't know my days off, so that was like
but I
the
thought
weekend.
you had like a set schedule every week.
know I do have a set schedule. However, I thought that every week I was gonna get a long weekend, but it seems that every week, like one weekend I have a 2-day weekend, and one weekend I have a 4-day weekend.
Ah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
thought you were gonna get 4-day weekends every week. Isn't that the dream?
No, I thought I was gonna get 3-day weekends every weekend. But yeah, it's different. So that's why, and that's the only thing that's new. Besides that, nothing. I got a table today that I've been waiting for months, for my foyer, and that's not. I gardened. Yeah. Yeah, I did do that. Wait, let me tell you, because I always said, like, when I was gonna move to North Carolina, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start gardening. Like, I have a house now, so I'm gonna, like, you know. So finally, like, I have a gardening hat. I have little gloves. I went out to Home Depot and, like, bought these little flowers and actually planted them in, like, you know, in the landscaping on the walkway into the house. So
nice.
Yeah.
You know, did I ever tell you about my gardening accident? Remember when
that scissor.
The scissor
thing,
that
right?
went through my leg. Yeah.
Jesus.
My gardening shears. Yeah.
Wow.
That was when I was trying to gardening. I kind of gave up on that afterwards.
Wow. Yeah. Well, over here it's so funny because, like, people are obsessed with their lawn and obsessed with the landscaping in, like, my community. So here's this piece of bochinche, right? So I'm, like, into gardening, and I'm, like, into plants. Me and Jeffrey have bought all our plants, bought all our, you know, flowers and stuff. So I went and, like, wanted these hanging flowers. I'm like, I want hanging flowers. I don't know where to put them. So anyways, I decided that I'm going to hang them off the mailbox, right? So, and there's like the mailbox has a little thing that you can hang it off. So I have little hanging flowers. This is like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, or maybe a week ago. The day after, my next door neighbor goes out and buys hanging plants and puts them on her freaking mailbox, bro.
Are you serious?
I was so upset. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, seriously, of all things, like, seriously, not even, I swear, not even like 2 days pass. And, like,
I
next
thought
thing
it was a good idea.
I was so upset.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, can't you do your own thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why you have to take? And so then now, by the way, my flowers died because it was so hot down here. Like, the sun beams so much, and if, like, you don't water them every day, the flowers died. So the flowers died, and I had to take mine down. I just was so turned off that I took mine down. But now there's like hanging flowers on mailboxes all over the development.
We started a revolution.
Oh my
we started
goodness!
A trend.
I was so upset.
It's too funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
God.
I officially
Yeah.
stepped into like the suburbia like territory with the competing over the landscaping and stuff.
Hey, well, there could be worse things. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. With me, in my one take, I was talking about how I hopped on the scale this week. Well, it was last week when I recorded it, but yeah, I'm like ready to lose this baby weight. So they moved me in the office, and I got this nice little area, and I don't know, I guess I got some side eye today because it's a really nice cube. It's like by all the windows, and it kind of looks like its own little office in a nook.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's at a desirable location, and I got a couple side eyes today as I was moving in, and I don't know, but we'll see. I'm excited to be there because I feel like it'll be a fresh start. I can kind of like focus because I've been eating a lot at work. There's so much shit every day, like food everywhere. So I'm hoping like
that's the worst.
It
because
is
you
such
bring
the worst.
you bring a packed healthy lunch, and then somebody brings like baked mac and cheese and like bacon bits, and you're like,
I
Or
know,
cupcakes.
and then, like,
Today was
yeah.
cupcakes for me.
And like I work in an office that I would say we have like about 100 employees. So there's always something going on. There's always someone's birthday. There's always like an office lunch meeting or whatever. So there's always food. Like today we had a meeting, and today there was food. There was sandwiches, and then like they had dessert. They had trays of cookies and brownies, and I'm like, ugh. So we'll see what that, my vacation's like a week and a half away, so I've kind of given up hope about losing weight before my vacation. At this point, I'm just going with like, you know what? I'm not taking pictures of myself. No one's going to be around to see this. I'm just going to enjoy myself and my body the way it is at the beach.
absolutely.
Like I'm not even going to stress it. Like, who's going to see me? So
Well, if you want a buddy, you could have me as a cyber buddy because I need to lose weight myself. Since
you gained some marriage weight?
Oh, definitely. And moving to the South weight where all you eat is hush puppies. Do you even know what a hush puppy is?
No.
Yeah, see, I didn't either until I moved to North Carolina. It's so good.
Well, your wedding, they had like, I remember your rehearsal dinner was like all
barbecue.
like Southern barbecue food. I'm like, yeah.
That was good. No, yeah, your rehearsal dinner was really good.
Thank
The
you.
banana pudding was the delish.
Yeah, well, that's how they eat here every day, and I definitely gained some weight. So I'm with you. I'm like, I need like some support, and my thing is not so much the eating. Like I'm pretty good. Like if I continue to eat, regularly, whatever. But I need to get.
It's a working out.
Like I need to get to the gym and just spend some time there.
That's the key, at least for me. Like just dieting is not gonna work for me. Like I definitely need to like get back to spinning or any sort of cardio and get back into that routine. But I figure I gotta start somewhere. So at the very least, avoiding food by like being in my isolated cubicle. Huh?
So what should we do? What should we do to motivate each other?
Well, I don't know. I figure we text each other, wake up in the morning so that we can go and work out, because my hardest thing, no, seriously, my hardest thing in the morning is getting out of bed, because I love to sleep in. So for me, like, I don't mind working out per se, except that I just don't have enough time before work. I don't get up early enough. So,
I purposely I set my alarm at 5:30 every day, and I purposely hit it on snooze, so then I don't have time to work out, and then I just so it's like I wake up in time, but then I go back to sleep because I don't want to work out. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I also find that as you get older, you care less, like, about, like, I remember I used to be, like, so worried when I was younger in, like, my 20s about, like, my appearance. Now I'm like, oh, I don't care. It's not that I don't care, but it's not, like, priority. You know what I mean? It's not like,
You know why? It's because you're married. You know your man loves you regardless.
That's true.
You're not
That's
out there.
You're not on the
market.
that is so, yeah, because it's like when you're out there and single, it's like, oh, you know, want to look good or whatever. Now it's just like, he loves me anyways, and I love him anyways, you know? So,
yeah, that's what it is.
Well, for me, I got rid of all my clothes when I lost the weight, and then I got pregnant. So I don't want to buy more clothes. Like, I have my maternity clothes, which I'm still wearing, and like the clothes from before I got pregnant. So that's my motivation right now. Like, I don't want to buy more clothes, you know, because I got rid of everything else. I got rid of everything. Like, it's funny. I got rid of everything in January because I'm like, hell no, I'm not gaining the weight. I you know, I don't want these clothes here because I don't want it to be like, I don't want to fall back
or crutch.
And then I found out I was pregnant in February. So I was like,
great. So all your clothes you got rid of, you like had to buy new ones in a bigger size anyways, right?
Well, I got maternity stuff, so, but like, I refuse to buy like more pants and like non-maternity pants because I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna lose this weight, goddammit. Like, I am. So
I know. Definitely. I bought one pair of fat pants. One pair of fat pants and one pair of fat shorts and like size 14, and I refuse to buy anything more. That's it.
That's all I'm gonna allow myself.
Yes, that's it. I have to lose this weight and fit in my other pants, or that's it. I can't wear pants anymore.
That's the best thing about working in a hospital is the scrubs. I'm telling you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Those scrubs are forgiving. Well, I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe there's a way that we can, like, is there an app where we can all, like, log in and like keep track of like when we exercise or how much, you know what I mean, like something that we can all join?
There has to be. There has to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some digging because that would be good, like a good summer thing to kind of keep us on track. Like, even if we're not losing exorbitant amounts of weight, but at least we can keep ourselves in check and not gain anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Looking forward to Aruba. I was like, you guys heard, I was like dying for a vacation, so I'm like finally buckled down and booked something and got the baby's passport and like we're ready to go. It's my first time traveling with a baby, so I don't know how that'll be, but
it'll be good that it'll be you and Kleber alone, so you guys can figure out how it's gonna be.
You know, and then you guys can do your own thing.
I think it would be too overwhelming to do like a group.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
no. And you kind of already did that with for Cindy's wedding, and it was kind of overwhelming. So it'll be nice to just go you and your husband and the baby, and figure out what your travel routine will be.
Yeah, because like if you go in a group, like Ashley said, everyone has an agenda. Like, you know, like there's an itinerary. Even for my wedding, there was an itinerary. There's no day that you could be like, oh, let's just chill and sit here and by the beach, you know.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to it. We got it, like, we went through Airbnb, but it's a timeshare place, so it's like right on the beach, and you know, it's nice. It has a little kitchenette, so we don't have to worry about spending tons of money on eating out. Like, we still do plan to eat out, maybe a dinner or two, but like for the most part, we'll like cook at home, go back for lunch, you know, keep it light. Hang out at the beach. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I need some R&R.
Yeah.
Yes. Something to break up all of the work. Otherwise, you lose your focus and you lose the reason why you're working so much and you get burnt out.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling burnt out. Well, what was I going to say? I don't mean to turn the conversation sour. On a bad note, but what do you guys think about all that's happening right now? Did you guys hear about Manchester? Like, what are your thoughts on all of that?
About the terrorist attack on Ariana?
On the Ariana Grande.
I actually didn't hear anything. What happened?
Oh, Ashley.
Oh.
There was a well, no, for once I know what's going on. I'm usually the one that's lost. But
Well, Ashley was traveling kind of like when it all went down, so
That's true.
she
yeah.
So
Yeah, go ahead,
Sydney,
Maddy.
no. I was like, do you want to like give her a rundown of what happened?
Well, basically, I don't watch the news or anything, so everything comes from J-Papa. But basically, he told me that there was a terrorist attack on the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, in England. And I don't know how many people were killed. I think it was like something like
the toll today was 22 people
20.
died.
Yeah, that's
22 people died and like 50 people were injured.
How do we know it's a terrorist attack?
It was a nail bomb.
It was a nail bomb?
Yeah.
What is
so
that?
It was a bomb and then like it exploded nails?
Yeah, exploded nails. Yeah.
Ooh.
Isn't that I don't even have words for that because it's just like I don't know how it makes you guys feel, but like my anniversary's tomorrow and I was thinking about getting Kleber concert tickets, like getting us concert tickets to go see Erykah Badu, who's going to NJ Pack in September. But like this happened and I don't know, I just feel like this is why I don't like doing things anymore. And like I know I can't let it run my life, but like it's gotten to the point where like you can't even go to Times Square and like walk in the middle of the day, or you can't go to a concert, or you can't, you know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Yeah. So I was gonna say is just that this is like really scary times. I don't want to say that we have to live in fear, but we have to be cautious, I guess, and conscientious. This is why I'm like opposed to the news, because then you'll always be in fear, like, oh my god, I can't go to that Erykah Badu concert. I mean, this is awful. All these events.
It's so sad because there was a lot of young, it's an Ariana Grande, Grande concert. Is it Grande or Grande? Grande?
Ariana Grande.
I think it's Grande.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like young kids, teens, preteens that are into her. So
and shame on the person that shame on these people that chose that sort of venue to do this. Like seriously, it's not like
not that any
activists.
venue.
Not that any venue. Right, I agree with that too. I'm not saying that any venue is acceptable, but it's like you think that you were like bombing like leaders that are actually in legislature and able to pass certain things that you don't like or whatever. But no, it was just like some random people. It's just kind of like I don't know. It's just disheartening. Yeah, it is sad. It's disheartening.
It's crazy. Kleber
Why
and I
do it?
It's Kleber and I on Sunday. It was like the most random conversation. We just started talking about how we need to like have our will, and we started just having the conversation of, like, what would we do if like one of us passes away? Like obviously if one of us passes away, the other would stay with the baby, but like what happens if we both pass away? And like who would take care of the baby, and who would we trust to do that, and how would what I mean? So it's like we never had to think about these conversations before, but like now that we have a baby and we have a child, like it's important that we do have these conversations and have it in writing. And it's funny because we were talking about it on Sunday and this happened, and this is exactly why we need to talk about it and like have a will and have all that written down, because God forbid if something were to happen, especially in this day and age when anything could happen at any time, like I'd want to make sure that Jonas is taken care of,
Yeah, definitely it's something that we shouldn't sleep on, and because it can happen to any of us at any point in our lives, but it's just a sad. I'm going back to that event. It's just terrible. Like, what do you gain out of doing something like that? I don't get it.
I don't know either. But it just it felt wrong not to say anything about it today, because it was just such a big event. It was all over the news, and it affects young people. So I felt like it was important for us to like talk about it. But yeah, I really don't have words for it. It's just like I feel to the point where we're almost immune to this kind of stuff, right? It's like another major incident. I feel like we hear about this all the time. Like it used to be so devastating, and now it's kind of like I don't even feel like I've heard a lot about it today.
Yeah.
To be frank, because it's just another event, just one more to the infinite number that have been going on all over the place.
Right. It was weird because I was watching The Terminator and Back to the Future, and it's funny how, a couple years ago they thought the future was totally different than it is right now. But I have to say, from when I was like a child to now, I don't think that our future looks like the way I thought it was going to, and like a negative emotional way, And I don't know what we can do to change it except make the small day-to-day choices, but something's got to change, and I hope that in the future there is more positive change, not, more negative. I don't know. God, what could be more worse than what's going on now? Let me knock on wood.
I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to take my little family and like go move to a small obscure island somewhere and like live out the rest of my
Carolina.
days. No, that's honestly, like, not to be one of those people that are like, I want to move out of the United States, but sometimes I just do. Like, I don't want to move. I don't want to live in the United States. I don't want to even live in Europe anymore. Like, I feel like all these like major first world countries are in dire trouble. I just kind of want to move to like some obscure place, like maybe New Zealand or something. Somewhere like completely off the grid and like, just live out the rest of my days in peace, not worrying about terrorist attacks or just random people going crazy and like shooting up a place. It's just very disheartening times. I don't even know. I'm without words.
Yeah. Speaking of moving, like, we were talking about moving on the trip. Like, all of us girls were in a certain place in our life where we're very unattached at the moment. We really could just pick up and go. And, like, what was holding us back from leaving? Mm-hmm. And, we all had different reasons and things. But I wanted to ask you girls, too. Like, if you guys... I know Cindy just moved, but, like, if you guys could move, where would you go and why? And, like, what would you... Not why. Well, yes, why? And do you think anything would hold you back? Like, I don't know. Just interested to hear on your take.
Well, Sydney already moved, so I guess it doesn't apply to her.
Right. I was about to say. And yes, I would move, again. If I had to, I would move again. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, not that it's not a big deal. I miss my family. I spend a lot of time with them, but I feel like I talk to you guys more now than I did when I was in New Jersey. And I have the same things I need, you know what I mean? I have my stores and I have my little routine, and once you get settled, you'll make new friends, and it's no big deal. But, yeah. Go ahead, Madeline. I want to hear where you would go.
I think we kind of talked about it a little bit last week. I guess, like, if I was to stay in the U.S., I would go to California. I'd go out west. I'm kind of tired of the grind of the Northeast, and I love the city. I love New York, but this is getting to be like kind of like a crazy area to live in. And I wouldn't mind a slower pace of life. But now, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to like I said, moving somewhere completely off the grid, just somewhere isolated in the world, because I really feel like a third world war is coming, and I don't want to be anywhere near any of it. Not to be an alarmist, but like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, give me some small obscure island somewhere, and let these powers hash it out. But I don't want me or my kid to be anywhere near it,
Right.
Yeah. To be collateral damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you're the only one that thinks that, you know. I don't think you're the only one that thinks that way or would do that move. How about you, Ash?
Yeah, I would move. I would move. Honestly, the only thing that holds me back here, guys, is you, my family. Otherwise, I really want to relocate. I feel like New Jersey, New York, tri-state area isn't my
cup of tea.
Isn't my final resting place. No, it's not. It's not. I don't feel like I'm going to flourish here. You know. I would love to move. I just if I move, like, I want to make sure it's at the right time and, like, I'm not coming back here. You know, that was the other thing I was telling my friends, is that, like, if I move, like, as I moved out of my house, out of mom's house, like, I was strategic about it. I wanted to make sure that I was secure financially so that I didn't have to come back, you know. Obviously, there's, you know, extenuating circumstances, but I would like to plan it very well. So I don't know. And then where to go is the other question.
Well, the sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. I mean, there's Charlotte. Well, there's North Carolina. There's Charlotte. Well, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Like trying to make fetch happen.
I know. I mean, she's definitely trying to make it happen.
The funny thing is that, like, when I lived in New Jersey, and I, you know, obviously always will be from New Jersey, and I rep it, you know, forever, you know, but, like, you feel like there's no other place outside of it. Like, it's like, oh, there's no, like, that's, you know, like, it's so far away and that there's no other way you can live anywhere else. Now that I actually took the step and moved, it's just like, oh, like, you know, yeah, I'm from home.
I can do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not a big deal. There's life outside of New York, New Jersey, and the metropolitan area. There is life outside. We do get Wi-Fi here.
I think the hardest part, though, is going back to what Ashley said, like, what would hold me back? And I think it would be mom more than anybody, because I feel like everyone, it'll be okay, but I feel bad leaving mom by herself right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that
even though she always says she's gonna leave us and go to DR.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that if you were to move and Ashley were to move, then she would have 3 different places where she can move to. And
exactly,
you know
but then it's like, you know, it's like musical chairs. Like, I wouldn't want someone to be left behind, in other words. So I would love it for mom to, not that I would love for her to move, but, like, I would rather her make the step first than make the step to leave her behind. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean,
because I feel like Ashley can move. Joshua, will probably, you know, have no problem moving. But mom, like, I just don't see her picking up and starting a new life in a different state, you know?
Yeah, are you kidding? She's, like, having such a hard time leaving her own apartment. So I can see that leaving New Jersey. Well, yeah.
But the thing is that in reality, she doesn't have anybody else but us. So if we all, like, are in the same area-ish, you know, then she might just come down with us and be like, screw it, you know, because she can get another job. She has a master's degree. She can move if she wanted to. And if all her...
Yeah, but isn't her retirement, like, in this
She can move... Yeah, well, I mean, people do it all the time. People do it all the time. Yeah. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, so.
Well, I mean, right now it's all hypothetical, but you never know. With the way the world's going, like, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people start making some big life decisions like that, like relocating and living the life they've always wanted, because every day you realize life is too short, and, you know, if you're not happy here, and this is like Ashley said, if you're not fulfilled here, you know, nothing's stopping you except you, right? From pursuing the life you want. So we'll see. I'm sorry to bring everybody down. I feel like I know, right? Yeah, we went on a down note, but hey, that's reality sometimes. But Anyway, guys, it was nice catching up.
Yes,
it was nice
I'm
to
glad.
have the girls all together again.
I'm glad Ashley's back.
I am too.
Yes.
We have
You
one.
guys have to see me. I'm like peeling already.
Yeah. We have one more episode and then I go on vacation. I think you guys are going to have to do your own episode together. So this is cool. Like I did one with Ashley. I did one with Cindy, and now you girls get to do one together.
Perfect.
So, how about the one take? Are you enjoying them? Are you liking them? Cindy, do you have one coming up?
What, One Take Tuesday?
Yes, One Take Tuesday.
I do have one coming up. As far as what you want me to do it on, I have a couple ideas, but if any of our listeners have any suggestions or what they want to hear, shoot that over in either our Instagram or email, sistersnightpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear suggestions. Yeah, like I enjoy them. I love the one. I mean, I love this quicker thing that we're doing now. What do you guys think? And what do our listeners think about this new format we're using in our podcast?
I like it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the smaller form, like the shorter format. I think that it's more captivating, you know. I enjoy it, and I do like the One Take Tuesday.
How did you do with yours? I heard yours on the minimalism. Was it hard to record?
I found myself like holding my breath and like coming up for air. Do you guys do that too?
Yeah, you know what? It was actually hard recording by yourself. It's like a monologue, you know. Here we bounce off of each other, but recording the One Take Tuesdays, I think would have to be a little bit more. They definitely is more difficult than just having us doing our podcast. So.
Yeah.
But I find the topics, like the in-depth topics, interesting, and like, you know, if let's suppose our listeners are into minimalism or want to hear more about it, they can like tune into Charlotte's One Take Tuesday. If they're more into like the makeup and beauty stuff, they can like hit yours up, Cindy. And I just did one this week about losing the baby weight. So, you know, it's different topics, so you can deep dive and hear more one sister at a time, right? So
Right.
Yeah, so I enjoy them. I enjoy recording them. I find them kind of fun. So, but yeah, so.
Well, good. We'll keep it going then.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. Visit us at sisternightpodcast.com for this episode or any other of our old episodes. You can check out our website there. Hit us up on Instagram, Sister Night Pod. And don't forget to rate us on iTunes. Give us as many stars as you think we deserve and give us some honest feedback because we love to hear it. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.